What's up, YouTube? Today we are looking at 3 East Coast Knuckles. I had another one, cheers everybody, that which was very close to the kind of the very small, traditional, they're not fancy. You can go back on the channel and look. They're part of his budget line. You can get them from him for 45 bucks. And I think that for some of them, it's even 3 for 100 or something like that. Probably shipping too. But bottom line is the dude is ready and willing to move brass and steel and whatever else and aluminum to you. It's going to be within your price range. I mean, you can ask him, like, what do you got that's around this, and he's a nice guy. I usually just send him the money because, like, I'm one of these quasi AU TISTIC. Excuse me. Kind of fighting off a cold. Obviously, the beer will help. I'm one of these people that collects stuff, so, but, I mean, he can point you in the right direction. They've got all kinds of stuff. You're going to have to go look. I will put his Instagram down below. Anyway, we're going to talk about these now. Oh, and he sends neat things. Like, I need to get I threw away my old Levi jacket that was bleach washed and had a bunch of stuff on it. You can see me in it in the JT Colfax Reacts series that has thousands and thousands and thousands of views. It is very funny to me still. But yeah, and stickers, all kinds of stuff like that. Right now I'm wearing my Witch Doctor Zero friendship bracelet. But these guys right here, and I realize a lot of people don't like the preambles and I get comments, but if I don't give you context, showing a family photo of something is going to make a lot less sense. So that's why I did it. And if you don't like how I review Knuckles, go watch other people's reviews. Oh wait, there's not that many. So maybe calm down. The first thing we're going to do though is we're going to take this and get some measurements. This is a ECK Billy Trident collab. This is just an ECK piece. I like the Screaming Frogs. This is a Screaming Frog. I don't know if he named these, but they look like a screaming monkey with spikes. A spike screaming monkey. And this is the classic Boxer, which is less than half of one of those. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about, and that this scale, I've dropped it a bunch. That might not be totally 100% accurate, but that's a good idea. As far as what kind of hand will this fit, I think this would fit a smaller hand better than a bigger hand. I know some people like to put their knuckles right below the crest of their actual knuckles. This brace, I could punch someone like this and the brace is gonna impact back here. Although if I really, it'd probably be something like that. And obviously you can see it has studs. It's gonna allow for hammer blows, reverse hammer, and whatever that is, the clothesline technique. And 2 studs up here as well. Moving on, we have the Screaming Frogs, which are great for big guys and little guys alike. I think that these are a great starter piece. And if you are looking for a first pretty serious set of Knuckles, I bought these for 80 bucks. Prices may vary or whatever. But I would recommend these guys, and I carry these guys a lot. And you can kind of get these on with a glove on. This one you totally can, as long as it's like a mechanic glove. I don't know about like what I'm talking about. I have a couple. I'm talking about these kind of gloves. They're not going to work with these kind of gloves. All right. For the working men out there, for the people that don't push papers for a living, we rejoice together in our ability to have gloves. And whatever the fuck. But yeah, and so obviously something like this, those spikes are gonna bust somebody's head wide open. These studs are gonna be a little bit less aggressive, but you're still gonna have a lot of cracking of bone. This is just a nicer piece, I feel like, on the eyes, as far as this doesn't look like an aggressive thing. Kind of meaning like if this were to go to court, like you would probably want this one. I don't know about this one. This one also is a little scary. But, you know, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6 in a lot of ways. So if you have to defend yourself, and you can legally carry these either through a permit or just through the law, you're going to need to check your state laws, and you're going to need to be able to be well-versed and articulate enough to explain to the police, well, that just because they don't know the law doesn't negate the law. Because the police are going to be upset if you have these on you. They're going to try to take them away. They're going to try to get you with an offensive weapons charge. But as soon as you are like, no, you need to check the law, also here's a weapons permit, they usually back off a little bit, and they'll call into like whatever HQ, because the police have no idea what they're doing pretty much in every single context and situation. I wish it were different. I really, really do. This is 150. This is 150. This was 80. And what's my favorite? I don't know. They're very different, basically, as far as aesthetics, and also though, kind of like they're not. I don't know, because they're the same, but they're different, right? And I mean, you could slip this into a hoodie pocket, and you wouldn't really notice it. Slip this in. This is going to be noticeable. These are about the same. As far as like if I'm fighting somebody, I mean, I don't know, dude. This is where it's kind of like, what are you really looking for? I mean, do you want to have spikes? I like spikes. Studs are cool. But this is also cool in that it's just kind of big and gets the job done. I would feel very confident with all of these. So yeah, go check him out. East Coast Knuckles. He has collabs with Billy Trident, and which are neat, and a lot of other people actually as well that I don't remember. I'm gonna link his Instagram down below. You should go check out his stuff. Hit him up. Buy something if you want to. If not, that's fine too, I guess. But I will say, if you pick up some Knuckles, you should look into the law. You should know the law. You should be able to talk about escalation of force. You should be able to talk about where the law kind of stops you from continuing a fight if somebody retreats or egresses. That's kind of a philosophy of use thing. So you're going to have to be able to, I don't want to say talk your way out of it, but talk enough and well enough that people think you're talking sense, especially when it comes to the application of force with the law, right? Like, say if I was a bouncer, maybe if I was like out in the country or in like some state where they really don't care, maybe Texas, maybe I'd have one and I would use it sparingly, probably like this one. But if ever, I would use mace first. And that's what I'm kind of getting at, is that I don't know if this would be in a commercial capacity. I don't know if this would be a good idea. You're probably opening yourself up to a lot of lawsuits if something bad happens, which could just be you hit somebody in the face and you bust them open a little bit and then they're suing you, or the establishment. Whereas commercial or in the private side of things, I don't know if that would be possible, but you're also going to, if it's self-defense, they're not going to be able to, as long as you act within reason, So that means like I punch somebody, they go down. I don't necessarily jump on top of them and go bam, 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 and like just mutilate their face until it's just like bubbles and blood and snot and saliva everywhere, and they're crying for their fucking mom. That might not be what you want. But what you could do is use some mace. Right? You could spray them, hit them with the hot sauce, and let them think about it for a little bit, and then see if they still got any fight left and reassess. But what you're not going to want to do is beat somebody's head in or fuck somebody up real bad, and then you're in court and somebody's like, "Why didn't you mace him? Like, why didn't you?" Because if you apply the application of mace is like almost, I would say almost the lowest form of force. Just that you are not using any force. I mean, if I even punch you with this hand, right? I'm a former Marine. I'm still a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, even though I haven't practiced and I don't know how long. I used to fight nationally in that sport, and I was a bouncer for years and years and years. I've maced over 100 people. I stopped counting. No one it doesn't matter. No one cares. So, it is what it is. But when it comes to mace, you can wash that off. And that's what we would always say to bar owners. Me and my buddies that would bounce together. You can wash the mace off. You go home. You get some milk, throw it in your face. You get in the shower, it hurts a little bit, but then it's gone. You wake up the next day, you're fine. But if I crack somebody's orbital, either with these or with my hand, they could die. So I really, 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 in an application of force to a stranger that is a threat, but I'm trying to minimize and neutralize the threat, not necessarily the stranger, it's himself, but the threat that he poses. I hesitate to apply direct force, and I would say this on the stand to anybody. That's why I tend to go to mace first, just because, and also people really do not expect it, and it's very, very effective. And I think it's because it used to be something cops would use, but now they're getting away from it more into tasers that cause a ton of problems, kill people, or dealing on people's necks until they die. With that being said, thanks for sticking with me till the end. That's all she wrote for this one. Hope you folks have a great rest of your day. Bye now.